skaitos.
Mēs saskaitam 15 minutes and counting.
Šodien tu prezentē?
Es palikšu, jā.
Tu vari, kāp neuzlikt mūziku pēkšņi? Divu minūšu mūziku, kamēr jau var zināt no ko. Tev tur nav jūtas? Iebilēs vienu tā kā AC/DC, kamēr mums ir vienkārši mūzikas pauze minūte.
No, labi.
And also meet up.
Yes.
Amazing.
Could we also get people to get over here so we can make some good social content while we're also doing this? So everyone that is standing at the back or sleeping over there, I'm looking at you. Can we please come over here?
Can you sleep here?
It's gonna be, yeah, you can sleep at the front. It's gonna be nice. You can also join Christoph's. So get over here.
Come on, guys!
Is that time running or no?
I need to do as you want. Yeah, just start the time.
People need your support!
Kristaps lūk nomirs ātrāk.
It's like ambulance.
Okay, well, it seems like that's not gonna work. But what do you think, everyone? What is Christoph's feeling like right now?
Bookkeeping.
Chill.
Consciousness. Okay, so.
No, he's dead. He's basically dead. That was the point that I wanted to make. So yeah, welcome to Bookkeeping. This is exactly how we felt. Thank you, Christoph. You can stop acting. And which was basically like jurisprudence. But yeah, we felt dead in this course. That's how it is. But yeah, meet our team. It's still me, Ralph's, and Christoph's. And so yeah, our product is still the same as in the last course, but let me explain. It is a rave that we're making on the March 8th. And yeah, what else is there to know? So why exactly do we even need to understand anything about bookkeeping for this course and for overall our product? So if we want to understand how to make more money or how to spend less, we need to understand where we're spending money. And so one of the first things we needed to do is understand what do we need, SIA or cooperative sabiedrība? And so we started thinking, okay, started researching, started thinking, what exactly is the difference? So firstly, ownership. That's the big main thing of SIA. You are 2 to 3 owners, you all share everything, you share your dividends, you make the choices, and you basically own it. And also about the money, you need to have at least a certain amount for start capital. And every year, if you don't have 2,800, then you need to spend a little bit more to get up to the 2,800 mark. For cooperative sabiedrība, the cool thing is, well, you can pay dividends. You can write your own statutes, decide how you want to do things. And in this case, you can write a statute in which I pay dividends for that person, for that much, and that much. But yeah, so to start off, we need 150 euros, we need 3 people. These are all the documents that we need to make a cooperative society. This is something that we went through last year in jurisprudence. But yeah, and we have, after all this, we have 1 Raventa. Cool, so to continue our journey, we need to work on our deliverables. And we had 9 questions that we will answer, and you will basically understand everything that we need to do and what will happen and how we're proceeding with this. And to start off, well, Rolf.
Yes. So to start off, first question, what will be the initial capital? We will register a cooperative society. That means we'll have members, and each member to join us will pay 20 euros for initial capital. For the second question, what are the expected revenues? As we said, on the 8th of March, we will have the first event, where we plan for revenue to be around 1,500 to 2,000 euros. And we plan for the first year to create 4 events. That means we multiply this number by 4, and we get that our yearly revenue will be something between 6,000 to 8,000 euros. And now we have to decide, will we have a VAT payer? Before I answer to that, what even is VAT and how it works? Basically, I will explain it with our example. Our customers pay us money for the tickets, and tickets includes the VAT. This is what we pay to the state budget. And at the same moment, we have to rent place for event. And that means we can rent this place without paying the VAT to the business. So the VAT cancels between us. And based on that, we decide that we want to be a VAT payer. Why? Because for B2B partnerships and deals, it helps us to record the VAT. Basically, it makes the business to business partnerships and deals more useful and more cooperative. But how it is in reality. Now we are registered as self-employed, so we wouldn't spend money on bookkeeping. And next slide. And let's compare self-employed and cooperative sales side. Why we are self-employed at the moment? We can see that for self-employed, we have to pay personal income tax 20% of our income, or 50 euros if our personal income tax is less than 50 euros. And for the first year, we will have no profit. That means we will have to pay as self-employed only at the end of the year 50 euros. But for cooperative society, we have to pay from the income 25% of corporate income tax. But at the same moment, there are bookkeeping expenses. And that's why at the moment we choose to be self-employed. And then when will we become a VAT payer? We will become a VAT payer when there will be more partnerships and more deals with other businesses, and there will be more income or higher revenue, which means we just will have to be a VAT payer because of our revenue, um, amount of our revenue.
So, moving on. Will we hire employees and when? Well, we won't for now at least hire employees, but we will have members. Some associated DJs we will outsource, as well as security guards for the events. We will just take them for a couple of days, so we won't need employees. And for our members, ourselves at first, and maybe in the future some other DJs, we will pay dividends with less tax. What will be the salaries? Well, yeah, as I said, we would pay the dividends with only 25% and with no employer's tax, which is great. And in a different scenario, if a person is self-employed, we will just make bills. And on specific salaries, I will tell you later. And what even is a dividend? Well, basically, it's a small part of it's a part of profit that a company has gained over a period of time, and that is shared amongst its shareholders in the company, the owners. And why did we pick dividends? Well, it's less tax. Yeah, and here are the total employee costs. For now, we have employees, we have security guards, which we will pay 25 euros each. In the future, we want to hire better security guards, which will be 50 euros each. DJs and VJs will be 50 euros an hour. Bookkeepers, 80 to 150 euros a month, approximately, and 30 euros in the months that there are no events. And in the future, total per event for employee costs would be 540 to 610 euros approximately. Here are all of our expenses for the upcoming event. We have venue rent, security, a big part is lights and equipment rent. We have toilet, fence, transport expenses for DJs, decorations, and as well some flowers for girls on the Women's Day of our event. Additionally, expenses will be bookkeeper, web hosting, a bank account, and if we want additionally advertisements for up to 100 euros a month. We will be able to deduct VAT because we will be VAT payers, and we will have rent, venue rent and equipment rent to deduct VAT from. Ralph?
And to summarize everything, basically we want to know how to make business cost effective or have as little costs as possible. And as I said before, we will have no profit for the first year. So that means we have to choose from legal forms which is the best. Next slide, please. Which is the best one of these to begin. So at the beginning, we chose self-employed because next slide. There are only 50 euros for tax and for other tools we will have to pay for bookkeeping. But later we will register a cooperative society because we will be able to become members and pay them dividends from the profit. I will have only taxes like what, which is 21%, and corporate income tax, which is 25%.
Cool. And another thing that I would like to add upon this is that we found a small little loophole that we might be able to use, and that is if we register our company basically in the UK, they have a thing for bans. And for bans, they basically need to fill out protocols of everything that they're spending money on, working with. And if their income is up to 12,570 per year, well, they don't need to pay any tax. And that is something that we might actually do. But yeah, that's a small thing. For next steps, I'll basically need to categorize all of our profit into expenses. So basically why we said no profit is because all the profit we're gonna reinvest so we can basically cut down our expenses and make it basically more money for us. And we need to do some self-employed reports because for the every 3 months you need to do a self-employed report. And also we need to think of more growth and scaling opportunities because right now 1,500 to 2,000 for every 3 months is absolute ass. And we need more money. And so yeah, considering reflections, Ralph, what did you learn?
I learned a lot about how to make less cost on taxes in different ways and different legal forms. And one more thing what I learned was reading from Eda Ezeriks's Go that ieņēmumi ir ieņēmumi, bet ienākumi ir peļņa. That was the thing that really exploded in my mind.
I learned a lot of things regarding how I learned how to find these gray areas where we could potentially optimize on taxes, as well as that with corporations there you can do a lot of things how you like. You just basically write on statutes that you can make the money stay in your member's account till the end of the period, and at the end of the period write those as dividends. And as for the dividend part, in the cooperative you don't have to actually spread the money with dividends equally by how many % of shares each person has. You can just say you can do how you like, basically.
To now repeat other people, for me it's that SIA and KS are of course 2 different entities, and I learned really a lot about how exactly they work. And there's also about tax optimization, because there are so many ways to do that. And seeing as we have a little bit of extra time, I would like to ask you some of your reflections. So Alisa, what did you learn from this presentation?
The more you talk, the more you push Kristaps into the corner. And the other thing, well, I have a question to you, but I guess questions are for later.
Later, yeah. Christian, what did you learn?
I learned more about taxes for cooperatives. For example, the company income tax, which is 25%, which was very interesting for me, and also the 21% VAT. I learned all of that just from this presentation. So thank you.
Cool. I would also like to ask questions in the back. Daniel, what did you learn?
I learned that this year Raventa will be blooming and booming with their bookkeeping stuff and so on. So congrats.
May I? I just thought. Yeah. Those three pictures looks like 3 stages of uni.
Okay, wonderful.
First, second, and third year.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and keep optimizing your taxes.
Yeah, but Eva, maybe you have already feedback or question?
I have a question. Did I understand correctly? First of all, you will be, or you are self-employed, and then after some time you will make the corporate society thing, right? Or
Yes, so for the first event, we are going as self-employed because right now that was the easier way. Instead of spending 150 euros on that, we decided that this is faster. We're not going to have profits over 600, or was it 700, I believe? 700. And so we don't want to pay too much tax, and this is how we went. We also consulted with other bookkeepers, and they said this is one of the best ways that we can start off. After that, we should definitely do something else, either SIA or cooperative.
okay, that's good. But I think there was mentioned that you pay only personal income tax as a self-employed. I think I saw in some kind of slide, one of the slides, that there's like personal income tax, like
Yes, there was a mistake that we still pay a social node, which is 10% if your income is less than minimum allowed. But yes, that is not included in the
yeah,
mistake.
yes, okay. I just wanted to know that you you don't need to pay social tax as well. Don't have any questions. Ernest has raised the hand.
Ernest?
Yeah, I have a question regards the approach you're going to take of, founding the Raventa, and I wanted to know whether or not have you looked into what Ghetto Games is doing, how they are registered and how they are approaching this rent of employees, etc., etc. So, yeah, I'm interested in, do you know of Ghetto Games and how they approach this situation? Because they sound like you, but you're organizing a rave while they are organizing a festival of
Okay,
sport.
so there are differences. Christian would probably be able to tell you better, but what I know is that Ghetto Games is as a biedrība, and they're doing stuff as non-profits, and there are different laws that help you. If you're doing something for charity, if you're doing something also music related as them, then you don't need to pay taxes. That's why they're doing that thing. And us, we do want to make some money off of this. We can't be as a biedrība. We can still pay our people for doing something, but we decided that this is the better way because we are profit oriented.
All right, then also, first of all, thanks for the theater at the beginning. It's a good opener, like Dead Kristaps. Humor is always good. And at one point, it seems that you pointed out that you, from the LLC, you can't have members. What did you meant with that?
But can't have members?
Yeah. There was one point that just basically you compared and then you said that you can't have members in LLC. That was kind of the message I got from that.
Maybe it came off differently, but the difference between LLC and cooperative, again, is that LLC, you have the top people that are basically the shareholders and they're the decision makers. You can have people that work for you, but those will be the main top people. But in cooperative society, basically, you can make everyone equal, or you can have all the slots, basically also the same in SIA. But it works differently because in cooperative, usually all of the members make a majority vote and they vote for something. But for SIAs, the difference is that the top guys make the decisions.
And I'm just wondering why, regarding this perspective, why you still just didn't went for LLC? Because you what?
Can I say?
Yep.
There was one more thing about dividends. For cooperative society, we can statutes, Nora did how much dividends will you pay to each other, but for LLC, the dividends we have to pay in the amount of how much parts of the company each of owners have. So for a cooperative society, we can choose the amount of dividends we pay to each member. For LLC, yes, it's based on how much you have of the company, how much
Okay,
you
so
own.
so basically this is like a patch for a point where you grow to the point that makes more sense for the LLC.
Mm-hmm. Basically, yeah. Currently, it's that. Later would make more sense for that.
Okay.
Because we don't want to pay employers tax, and that's the main thing. And also, we want to pay everyone how much they actually put work into. That's where we're going with the cooperative.
One more thing I think you should consider that cooperative society, I think, has more personal liability against some actions that you will make. So basically, if you do like a huge damage to a venue, you're carrying personal liability instead of SIA liability. So LLC is basically you're putting on the table, you're betting on the table everything that the LLC has, but with corporate society, everybody involved brings their personal liability. So basically, like if you have houses, cars, everything, they're going to be taken away in case of some shit happens. Other question is like, I kind of got from your presentation that you're focusing on non-profit. I was more thinking like, why don't you put like a goal for yourself to make the most profit possible, so that way you don't have to focus on cutting expenses, but actually getting the best turnover for the events itself.
It's both. It's partly both, because we want to sell more tickets. We want to sell tickets at higher prices. For that, we need bigger artists, but for now, to build up a name in which we can later on cut the expenses a little bit more off, we need to basically, build everything up. So we have a lot of money that we need to spend on equipment, on rent and stuff. And so once we take care of that, it's much easier to build up.
Okay, so that's just starting off.
Yep.
Just a quick comment for VAT as well. Like we have right now, I think it's 50K for like mandatory VAT registration for LLC. And firstly, myself, I was also thinking about, if I'm gonna be a VAT payer, it's much more effective. But actually, no. If you're a profiting organization, you're actually paying more in taxes if you're a VAT payer. So don't get the VAT beforehand if it's not so valuable. Because you're gonna pay more VAT instead of paying back from the suppliers.
So the thing is, if we still, after the self-employed thing, we're going to make the BA, Darzani, Jabalis, whatever you call it, and seeing as we're probably going to be pushing towards 50K revenue, well, we will have to basically be VAT payers anyways. So let's just start off that way. We're going to learn how everything works for that, and it'll be much easier in the long term.
Yeah, spin-offs. Amazing.